it's a pretty numbing event. It's unlike anything most of us have ever experienced, or hopefully we'll ever have to experience again. It was intense. It was really intense, the storm itself. So.
We just watched them blow over, one after another.
A tree fell on someone's house.
Knocked down the sliders, pushed all the furniture to the back of the house.
And then got stuck in the city for 5 days.
I mean, I had to take a canoe in, the day of.
We didn't have power for about a week.
Truly overwhelming. Truly overwhelming.
We finally got in. It was pretty exciting. But
It's like me living in colonial times.
The highest tide I've ever seen comes right to the wall. So now, go this much higher.
This is a beautiful view from my beach house taken in September. Now, look at it after Sandy. The wind, the wild trees. I wanted a better view, so I went and got one. This is a story of a town called Fairfield in the midst of the worst storm in over 100 years. I'm Rachel Greco, a senior at Fairfield University. Along with Cate, Martel, and Bruno, I set out to document the community in the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy.
It was just amazing, like how this one idea came out to be a huge event.
We did not lose power, so we were one of the lucky ones. We just came today because we just feel terrible for the people down here that are still out of power. And we love the beaches here; they're beautiful, and they were really destroyed. So we're just happy to help out.
My friends and I were like thinking of a way to help people out, but we were only thinking about like 20 or 30 kids or people, and now it's up to 700-800 people volunteer so graciously. Katie and myself, we were just talking like, how can we help? Like, what can we do to help our neighborhood? And it turned out to be the whole town. I've actually never seen anything like this in my life growing up here. I think it's absolutely amazing and touching that so many people have gathered to offer just to volunteer for free and help out the whole community. It's really bringing people together just through Facebook.
We saw it online. Well, we wanted to show the kids, we didn't have power for about a week plus, but we wanted to show them, what happened to other people and how they had it a lot worse. So what the kids have been doing is taking all the food and things that have been donated and sorting them into boxes so that they can take them to the food pantry.
One of our neighbors had a tree fall right on front of their house, so they pretty much could not get out.
Because what we plan for is like maybe 1,000. I heard the line is backed up still coming in, like all the way to the post road. Like I said, we came up with just a way to help all of Fairfield that was hit badly by the hurricane, and just to volunteer for people cleaning up houses on the outside, a lot of the yard work, all like trash that's been just left out on the sides of the roads being cleaned up. A lot of the lawns have been damaged. We try to avoid going inside people's homes because that's liability issues, but people are probably going to do it anyway because that's what they need help with most.
Sandy didn't just affect the students like us.
This is my house, yes. I'm a single dad with an 8 and 10-year-old girl, and we don't have a home now, and we're staying at friends' houses and things like that. So my kids go to Sherman Elementary, which is probably the most affected school because it's such a small elementary school, it's such a small area, and it's all beach community. I got about 5-6 inches of water on the first floor. So it was, up at that height. So if I was standing here when it was flooding, it'd be about this high. And the entire road and neighborhood just went straight across from the parking lot all the way up the road at this high. I came back the next day. I kind of snuck my way back in and waded through. I was on my mountain bike, and I rode as far as I could until the water was over the handlebars. And then I carried it on my shoulders to the house, grabbed my kayak, got in my kayak in my kitchen, and kayaked out of my kitchen back down out to dry land.
The landlords were really helpful in rebuilding and trying to get us back home quickly.
Lantern Point's unique. You know, it's a quasi Fairfield University community. The students are great down here. You know, the magnitude of what happened here in this town is, you know, it's of epic proportion. We've never seen it before. It's repairable. I mean, the house didn't move. The house is, you know, is in good shape structurally. So, you know, our goal is to get them in as quick as we can. More than likely, they're going to have to take out the walls, take up the floors, and replace all the building materials so you don't have mold. Gut and ripped everything out. Took everything down to the studs and just rebuilding.
Probably around $50,000 of damage to my house. And I certainly am nothing compared to some of the houses. I mean, I'll be out for a couple months. Some people, you know, houses washed away. As amazing as things are and as intense as it is, the effect on the kids in the community is really pretty tough. Like my daughter's school had huge donation drives with like bulletin boards said, I have or I need, and everyone just posted what they needed or what they had extra of. And, you know, things, free babysitting, free laundry, bring your stuff over, free storage, just anything they have, they're giving.
But the destruction wasn't only confined to the beach.
That's right, Sandy has been downgraded to a tropical storm, but that's just temporary. This 900-mile-wide behemoth is forecast to become a hurricane again and join forces with a major winter storm. Multiple states are now issuing state of emergency alerts.
To give you a sense of what a mess this storm could make, it's expected to slam parts of the East Coast with a foot of rain and up to a foot of several feet of snow. It's going to last for days, bringing wind damage, power outages, and possibly massive flooding in some parts. What could be a once-in-a-century event.
Sandy may have brought sadness, destruction, and displacement, but she strengthened the community of Fairfield.
I think I'm doing MTV Cribs.
Hello, my name is Kevin Bachman. We're living with Father Von Arx at the President's house, called the White House. This is honestly the best that could have happened. Sandy, we really didn't hear much until like 2 days before, and then we were like, oh, maybe it'll be bad. So we were trying to be like take everything from downstairs and put it upstairs, but we really didn't think it'd be that bad. Then we started seeing pictures of like houses floating and stuff and like destroyed down Beach Road, so we got a little worried. Downstairs there's a converted study that's Tyler's room, and then upstairs I have a single, and then attached to that is Andrew and Paul's room. They share. But you know, we have full rain in the kitchen. We don't try to take advantage of it, but you know, we keep some food in there and stuff. Yep. As soon as we did it, we were like, all right, it's a great story. No one's gonna believe we're actually living with the president of the university's in his house. Everyone's living in lounges and stuff, or living with like freshmen and stuff. So this is honestly the best that could have happened because we're right like off campus, but we're right there. It's close, and it's wintertime. I don't know if I'd want to be at the beach if it's too cold. So this is my room, fully equipped with a bike and TV.
Is this bigger than your room at the beach house?
About 2.5 times the size. I have a little closet. There's always been a lot of, I don't know if backlash is the right word, but the town has always been kind of not very receptive to students, but after this I think that both people in the same boat and they were able to like work together, especially like the landlords and stuff. So I was actually really surprised, but like happily surprised that it's been working out. It's been very nice.
Our community, it's kind of coming together. Some people are in a funk, they've disappeared, go home all the time, but others really just banding together and raging together and staying close. Might do an Occupy the Quad, you know, all the homeless people soon. And I mean, the actual community of Fairfield is awesome. They're helping out a ton. They're coming here and helping us all out, helping the contractors. Making recovery a lot smoother.
You know, today we had students and neighbors from outlying areas that weren't impacted by the storm to come up, show up, and shovel and rake and do what they can do, and we're very, very grateful.
The town, the neighborhood, I mean, I've become closer with my neighbors in the last 10 days than I had in the last 5 years. I mean, we all knew each other, but everyone really comes together.
We'll get it back together, but you know, the people that are helping out, we're very, very thankful.
It's a pretty amazing event, you know, as devastating it is, the silver linings are pretty significant.